What is going on, guys? This is your boy Az. We are back here with another one for you guys today. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Today we're going to be quickly talking about the Scorpion Breaker and just a couple of things that we can take advantage of, right? I don't know if we can call them hacks or just efficient ways to play, but and again, I'm not gonna take credit for it because I wasn't the first to do it. Lots of people have already pumped out videos on this. And I was kind of slow on it, but of course as well, I was, a bit busy with life, so I couldn't get, what I wanted to get out in the timely manner. So apologies now that I wasn't able to get to it sooner, but here we are. We're gonna address the couple of things here. The first point I want to talk about here is the fact that if you don't have your Exalted X-Men built up, right, you're able to bypass and you're still able to get a 5-star unlock on Scorpion Breaker, basically just doing the first node, right? What you're going to do is you're going to basically try to load up on a whole bunch of mods on the, basically on the first node, right? And what you want to aim for is about 500 points. And we'll kind of go through the gameplay of it so you guys can kind of see it. But yeah, 500,000 points will get you the unlock, and it will also get you basically the, the five red, right? Or the 5 yellow, 5 red, basically free to play. So that's kind of the first hack that you guys can take advantage of. And just tying in the theory with the actual practice of it all. But essentially you want about 200 some mods. That will get you about 500k worth of points, just based on my mathematics. And honestly, you can do some sack attacks. You can bring in multiple character waves. But if you guys are looking for an efficient way to do it, even with with the 230 mods that I'm having here, just a couple of little just a couple of mods there. It really doesn't matter which ones, as long as you're comfortable with which ones. I can definitely for sure have my mods in a different video to showcase it. But Professor Xavier is going to make short work of it. And you guys will see here that I don't have Odin or Mephisto. So, it does make things a little bit more complicated. But what I did find out was because we had brought up our Daring Warriors from the last breaker, we can take advantage of them here. And I think a lot of people that pushed, that tried to push anyways in the last breaker, they will have those characters leveled up. So you can bring in your Xavier plus Eclipse. She's at the bottom right. I forgot she's 4 stars, so she's the weakest. But this team will pretty much get it done for you guys, and I will have to speed it up here because it is quite a lengthy battle. But essentially the start of it is kind of sets you up here, sets the stage up for you to basically crush it, because what ends up happening is we actually have Eclipse applying her silence, and that's going to allow for us to she's going to get the silence on, and she's also going to remove the trauma as well from her special. So watch this. Sentry's going to do his thing. Who cares? Eclipse will take her first turn here and activate her special. This is going to clear and cleanse for us. And then Xavier is going to be able to use the special. And I recommend doing it right on Sentry as well, so that it can target Sentry and take care of him ASAP, so that we don't have to worry about his buff removal, because he can cleanse with his ultimate, right? So he already took his special, but he can cleanse, right? And I'll just speed this up so you guys can kind of see. It is like I said, just once you take care of the Sentry, the other ones will kind of take care of itself. We're gonna kind of do something similar with our last breaker, where we just control the board, get the negatives on, and it also helps because a lot of these guys are also blinded, and you shouldn't have too many trouble with this particular team. Unfortunately, you do need Professor Xavier. So if you don't have Professor Xavier, you can do I think lots of the other great content creators have done several different attack attempts. I don't know if they use I haven't seen all the footage, but I don't know if anybody uses this particular team. But this one is actually quite a hack team, because a lot of people would have brought up Daring Warriors, and I did see that some people were trying to do sack waves and try to time things out. And I just thought, you know what, you could just use this one team, right? It makes it a little easier as well, because if any one of these characters die, we don't really need them later on. So if this team doesn't work for you guys, then great, right? Just bring in your kill team afterwards, right? Depending on what you have leveled up here. But obviously, level 110 is a pretty big gold investment, training materials, all that stuff. So of course, having 5 characters instead of like multiple characters for sack waves, seems to be an efficient method. I don't know how many characters you guys have level 110, but I think I have less than a dozen, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have that many because, yeah, my gold and my training materials would be absolutely depleted if that was the case. But yeah, hopefully you guys are able to see that. It is quite smooth. Yeah, the full gameplay of it is quite lengthy, so I won't do the full commentary until right at the end here. But yeah, hopefully you guys can see here, it is quite smooth and fairly easy. Once you take care of the first wave, the next one drops and it's very straightforward. All right, so yeah, taking down Doom here will net us the 500,000 points, and hopefully you guys are able to see that there. So that's going to get you the free 5 unlock free to play, and yeah, even if you guys can't get it this time, you can aim for it for next time as well, just for something to work on towards. Now let's talk about the other hack. Actually, yeah, let me apologize as well. I don't know if I would call this a hack. It's just more of like if you need to know how much investment you need to put into your amazing Avengers, this is kind of it, right? And I will just actually cancel out the X-Men here so you can see just the amazing. And as you guys see here, we are able to get ourselves a 7 yellow, 7 red. That's right, full /7/7, whatever you want to call it, with this team here. So we have our Hulk and our Spider-Man, which we basically leveled up for the Blade Tower. So both are 110. And then, yeah, Blade is 5 from the Blade Tower, and he's also level 100. Yeah, pretty much all his T4s other than the basic. Rachel and Spider Julia are also level 100, but they're only 2 stars. So that's the good news. The good news here is if you guys want to get your 7 yellow, 7 red, this is kind of, you know, maybe it can be even done at lower levels than this. This is kind of just where I started my testing at, and this is kind of what I would say it's a hack, but it's not really a hack. It's more so you know how much to put into these characters. G19 level 100s will do it for you. And I'll just quickly go into the... Okay, so if you guys have done this run here, you'll realize that these basically 9 is kind of the deal breaker here. This section is so brutal that I'm almost thinking it's very similar to how the last breaker was, where we kind of needed Quicksilver symbiote. So this one is almost like guaranteed asking and calling for the Eternals. So yeah, I think for the most part, people that are trying to push leaderboards right now, unless you've got a really decked out roster with like 5 diamonds this and 5 diamonds that, as free to play and minimal spenders, I don't think that's going to be feasible. And yeah, like I said, I've already seen gameplay footage from some of the other content creators, and they had way more mods than I played at, and it was just crazy. So what I figure out here is if you can do 8 of the nodes, you're able to get a run score of 4.6. Now, by getting the 4.6, you are able to essentially get the 7 red breaker for Scorpion unlocked as well here, and I didn't really collect it yet. But yeah, just so you guys are aware, right? I don't know if we're able to do the diamonds, but I'll keep you guys posted if I try it. And now, how did I get here? Well, we used our amazing. Whoops, let's back up here actually. So the first section, we used our team that we just already talked about. So again, these are the mods. Arch Nemesis Sabretooth, because it's kind of useless. Nobody really has Sabretooth. Hold'em, which is like the ability block. Make It Count. So on the start of any battle turn, that character loses 2% permanent health. And then Fear the Serpent. And basically, I found that these 4 mods will give you a good value for your points, and it won't give you too much of a difficult time without impacting the health and the damage and the defense mods, which makes it quite straightforward. I thought it didn't take me too long. Again, that's the first section we did. Second node, Exalted, pretty straightforward. The third node, we had to do basically a sack, sort of, kind of, not a sack, but a kill wave 1 and then a kill wave 2 with our with just some randos plus our serpent. I just didn't want anybody dying, so we used Peter B and Penny. Fairly straightforward. And then the third one, or the fourth, excuse me, we used our Surfer Breaker. Like I already said before, Surfer Breaker is just absolutely broken. And yeah, just he leads the team here with Null. Then we used our Fantastic Four plus Blue Marvel. Again, if you have a 110 Fantastic Four, that you can also do it, I think, with Blastar. But yeah, my Fantastic Four is too weak. So then we finished things off with our symbiotes and Blastar. Made that easy. And then yeah, number 6 here is the Amazing Avengers, which we already talked about. Basically 3 level 100s, and yeah, honestly, it doesn't even matter if anybody dies on that node, because we don't need them again. Even on the last node, we're not going to be able to get to it, so it's fine. And then 7 is kind of the crazy one, I think, just requiring a little bit of timing here with the APOC. I wanted to kind of get the APOC triggered out, and then yeah, once he punches, then you can bring in your kill wave with your Quicksilver symbiote plus Black Cat and get it done. And then finally we can finish things off with our Ebony Maw and our Quicksilver, or our Null and our Surfer Breaker. So yeah, so those are the 8 sections. Again, those are the mods. And again, I don't know if I'd call it a hack or a trick, but if you are able to get the 4.6 run score, you can skip nodes 9 and 10, which are kind of the 2 hard nodes in this section, right? And yeah, I think what people are going to have to do is they're probably going to have to figure out a way to get more points. And I think right now, where are we ranked? We're ranked in the top 200, which isn't too bad, actually, but it shows, right? It shows here that even right now, the top 100 is about 5.2. So fairly competitive right now. So obviously, you want to make sure you can get the most out of the event here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get the 1 diamonds, but maybe when we get the Eternals, maybe we can kind of bypass it for the next run. But yeah, the T4s are obviously nice, but yeah, we're not missing out on anything crazy. And yeah, so long as you're in the top like 5,000 or even 10,000, you get the awakened passives, so that's kind of nice. And yeah, and if you're lucky enough to be in the top 2,000, and then you can basically get all 3 of them, and then anything in the 150 is pretty insane if you can get more diamonds on that. But yeah, I liked how they changed up the reward structures for that. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I can get some gameplay out for you guys as well here with regards to this run if you guys are curious. But yeah, I thought it was fairly straightforward. And again, trying to min and max this Blade Spider-Man team. I did have footage of it yesterday as well if you guys are curious how it looks. But yeah, very good team. And of course as well with the T raids coming today as well, we'll be interested to see if we put more resources into this team. But I mean, right now they're kicking butt at level 100, which is pretty sweet. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.